Good evening and welcome to the Big Bad Broadcast here on www.strongisland.com.
Yeah.
And we're on the BBBradio.com. And we're back after a little bit of a vacation. And it's great to be back here. And we got some great people on the show today. We have Mike Grief.
Yeah, baby, let me tell you something. It's going to be really, we're hanging and banging. We're doing it, man. Yeah.
You look like you got on a bald cap.
Yeah, but I can wear it now. Where Silky's not here, I don't have to pretend that I have hair.
And then we have Craig Mitchell, our Yoda, the guy around town, the guy who does all the stuff we don't want to do.
I didn't just get a haircut for this show. I got them all cut.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why he does all that other stuff.
That's why he's the technical guy.
Yeah.
And then we have the legendary from New York, Bobby Collins. The guy who works,
Hi.
Bobby.
How are you? How are you? It's
the
good to
guy
see
who
you,
works
rather
more
than,
than
"Hey, how you doing?"
anybody. And Bobby and I go way back to Dixon's.
Oh my God.
Dixon's.
Dixon's.
Wasn't that the guy who did he did a Nixon imitation?
Yeah.
Was that his real name, Dixon? Or is it just he called himself that because he did a Nixon impersonation?
He called himself that. Yeah.
Because he was senile. And
At a very early age, apparently.
he was pretty crazy. But Bobby's a really, really funny stand-up comic. He works everywhere. He works theaters. I think we have a little clip we can show. This way you'll know who he is.
Just
Put
say the
that
word.
on.
It's California. Look at your beaches. Oh, they're clean. The whales, don't kill the whale. They're clean. Wash your hands, Bobby. Put some of that stuff on. California. Bobby, are you eating organic? Oh, I hope so. People, I'm from New York. Once, what was that big thing on television last year at Christmas time? They found the tip of a finger in a Wendy's fast. Remember? Everybody couldn't find what happened to that finger. Who's every news channel, 4, 5, 6, 7. Whose finger is it? I don't know. I hope they find. People, I'm from New York. I once found a head in my baked macaroni and cheese. You know the rules. You eat around it.
Oh God, that was old.
Yeah, that's funny, though.
That was
Yeah,
funny.
Yeah, now you have to pay extra for the head.
That's it. Gotta
So,
pay extra.
we're all from New York, all of us.
Oh,
Where
Thank
are you
God.
from, Bobby, exactly? Are you from Queens? Or are you from...
well, I was raised early in Manhattan. Then
Right.
Then we moved to Queens, and then I guess to feel better, they moved us out to New Hyde Park, Long Island, where
To get over that
it took
move
an
to
hour
Queens.
drive to Jones Beach.
So how old were you when you moved to New Hyde Park?
Oh, I was going into the 8th grade.
Oh, okay. So you were there for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mentioned Jones Beach. Oh, what a treat that was.
I
You
love
remember
Jones
you
Beach.
park your car, you walk 43 miles to the water. Even the seagulls packed a lunch in a thermos.
Luckily, by then you're nice and sweaty, so the sharks have
I
something
know.
to taste when you get in the
remember
water. Now,
I remember jumping into the ocean with a friend, and he goes, "Oh, Bobby, I got to walk back way up to the to go to the bathroom." I go, "You're going to walk that far back to the bathroom?" I just took a shit here in the pool.
And going to Jones Beach, if you were on the road on the weekend by 10 a.m., you weren't getting into any of the parking lots. Sue Kalinsky used to have a great joke. She goes, I wanted to go to the beach this Sunday to Jones Beach, but I got up late. She goes, so I just put 10 radios on in my apartment on different channels, took every towel I had, put it end to end, and sat in front of a fan and tried to light cigarettes.
And if you went in August, you couldn't swim because they had the jellyfish, which are horrible. And what were those flies that would land on you and they would
Green
sting?
horse flies. Green horse
Horse
flies.
flies.
I
I
hated
don't know.
those.
I never went to Jones. Honestly, I didn't go to the beach as a kid. First of all, after I saw the movie Jaws, there was no way I was walking in the water. I was traumatized. I didn't step in ocean water until like 2 years ago.
Just
Where,
look at
where,
you.
where did you?
Just
where
look
were
at
you
him. He
brought
looks
up?
like a.
I was brought up in the projects, in the Ravenswood housing projects, just over from Manhattan.
And you were
You
scared
know,
of sharks?
It's like Roosevelt Island. There's
And the Jets,
right.
Queens, and
The Jets. Thank you.
Oh,
what's
wow.
that?
Look at it. Look at him. He looks like a beach guy.
You
Oh,
do.
yeah, I'm totally beachy.
Beach
man.
comber.
Well, let
Actually,
me tell you.
He looks like the guy that would you remember the old beach movies like Beach Blanket Bingo.
Oh yeah, the guy.
He'd be the guy who would give
punch
him a
his
hard
finger
time.
to his head and have a heart attack.
I'm the guy kicking the sand in your face. So now you got to go take the Atlas class, from the back of the comic book. Boy, we're really showing our age here.
Oh
You
my
talk
god!
you talk about those green horseflies. We used to surf in Tobay and Gilgo, and it'd be like a pretty big day. You'd be paddling out, and they knew they'd land on your back
Oh,
and start biting you when you couldn't stop paddling.
Remember? And you'd walk by the Jewish girls in the middle of the walk, and they go, "We got to move the blanket. The sun shifted. Sun's 98 million miles away. 2 feet ain't gonna make a damn difference."
Do you remember
Oh.
Do you remember they used to have ice cream cones at Jones Beach?
no.
They were like a roll of ice cream, and they had this specially shaped cone, and they would drop this roll in there and then pull a paper off. And it was like a little steamroller in a cone. I don't know why I remember that.
You were rich. We couldn't afford it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
was-
privileged bastard, you.
I remember body surfing. I know, John, you're a surfer. I used to body surf. That was fun, except when there was a lot of shells. Then it wasn't fun.
Right.
And then in Jones Beach, they wouldn't let you bring anything in the water. You couldn't
What?
bring like a
Right.
tube. You couldn't bring a boogie board. You couldn't bring anything in the water. They'd yell at you. They'd be like
Right.
blow the whistle.
Who'd
We're
yell at
talking
you?
about
The lifeguard, those big, tough, and so you'd listen to them. I'd be laughing. Yeah, okay, that's great, Skipper. Go back in the chair up there. Go ahead.
Skipper.
Yeah, Skipper.
Okay,
whatever.
little buddy.
First of all, I'm like, how you got respect for a guy wearing a Speedo on? I mean, whatever. I guess people wear, but Bobby was saying the Jewish girls that they can always tell if they're into you, because you can tell if the guy's circumcised or not if he's in a Speedo.
I don't usually check that close.
Yeah, and neither do I. And that's strange.
Do you remember too in Jones Beach, they used to have those huge wooden rowboats, the
Yes.
lifeguards, and they'd have to put those big wooden rollers underneath them to
Right.
roll them into the ocean. They'd always like pick the roughest day to go for a row.
I remember they used to do drills where they would take the boat, they'd run out, and they'd be splashing in the waves. And they're not rescuing anybody. They were just doing a test. I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
So we used to surf in Long Beach, and you can only surf before 9 o'clock and after 5, because
Really?
on that whole stretch of beach, there was like 3 old people that wanted to use the ocean, but everyone else had to get out. So the waves are good at 9 o'clock. The lifeguards would start running up and down the beach, blowing their whistle. You got to get out of the water, and we go now. And we paddle to the next beach. And he'd run down there, and then we'd paddle back. And they go, "Don't lose your board. If you lose your board, he'd confiscate it." And
John, you started surfing early, huh?
16.
He surfed out of his
Jeez.
mom.
Yeah,
Didn't you surf out of your
16
mom
years
when you were born? No.
old. I should show that picture. Somebody sent me a picture of a sonogram,
Right.
and the kids on a board.
You know, Long Beach was tough because you had those rock jetties, so you could
Right.
F yourself
Yeah.
up there, man.
Yeah, but they were great because it held the shape of the wave. Made
no,
it like a point break. So then my whole life, all I wanted to do is live in Long Beach, so I could just look out and decide when I wanted to go surfing. So in 72, when I got my first job as an X-ray technician, I went out and I got a beautiful apartment in Long Beach overlooking the ocean at Neptune Boulevard. And I went surfing less than I ever did in my life because I'd go, it'll be better in a half hour. The tide will be better.
I lived in Long Beach for 2 years. I never went into the water ever. I don't
John
know.
got paid. John got paid to go surfing because that's where he dumped the medical waste.
Oh,
That's right there.
there you go.
Yeah.
So we
So-
all grew up on Long Island and did stupid things.
Well,
And,
I'd go out to Long Island to do stupid things, but
so
because
my-
you didn't want to, you don't do stupid things where you live. You go somewhere else to do
Yeah,
stupid things.
he went out to Long Island to check the circumcisions in all the speedos.
I know that Bobby, because I've actually seen him play, was a really good basketball player, right?
Yeah, I played a lot of ball.
Mhm.
College, high
A lot
school.
of basketball.
Oh wow, cool. We used to play a lot of that in the projects.
Well, that's what I thought of.
We did too. And then we'd go open the fire hydrant with the rest of the kids and use that for our summer water. Spray
Yeah.
it.
Oh yeah,
that?
yeah. We had our own wrenches that used to open up the fire hydrant. Then the thing you could
All
put
the
this
time,
to make it
and we
sprinkle.
Yeah, they would pass
I'll
that
tell
out,
you,
right?
and- No, we didn't have. The where I grew up, black, Puerto Rican, Chinese people, white, mixed people. We never, and we took up for anyone that got picked on, except the cops would pick on everyone. But
Yeah.
that's how we were brought up. So here I'm living out in California. This is the most white, privileged, entitled Range Rover place I've ever seen. It's not community oriented. It's not. I was like, ugh.
Yeah. No, you're right though. See, that's what I appreciate about where I grew up, because you're right. It was totally matter of fact. Being white was a minority.
Right,
There
right,
were way
right.
less white families than there was. Mostly Puerto Rican and black, and sprinkled with some white. And it made you definitely. We didn't think about that stuff. It was just like, hey, this is Joe. That this guy. It wasn't an issue, man. We just did what we did, and it was great. You learned an appreciation for a person as a person,
Right.
as
And there was
opposed to the
always that
color of
one
his.
Jew.
Was that, and it was me, I was the token Jew.
Right. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech
Heinu
haolam.
melech haolam, amotzi menech. I don't know
Well, my first job, I went to X-ray school at Mercy Hospital on Long Island in Rockville Center. Talk
Wow.
about white privilege.
Where my niece was born.
And then I got my first job in the Bronx at
Well.
Jacoby Hospital.
Talk about culture
And-
Where
shock.
my niece
yeah.
was murdered. That's my niece was murdered there. Yeah.
But
I like Craig gives up, but my niece was murdered there. Where was your family murdered?
But
Yeah,
you were talking
Long
about
Island.
being minorities. When I went to work there, I was the only. My friend and I were the only guys. Look, my backdrop just. My friend and I were the only two guys that really spoke English and were white in the hospital. And we were in the union, and every time there was a union, they would literally go, "Put the white guys up front." They'd always say that, yeah. Put the white guys up front, let them know we're just a bunch of crazy.
They
Puerto
did that
Ricans.
at Wendy's when I worked at Wendy's. And we had this African American guy named Joe who's on the grill. But when the supervisors came in, they're like, "Put Craig on the grill. Put Craig on the grill." They wanted
That
somebody white on
happened
the
to me in
grill.
prison once. They were like, "Put the white guy up front. Put the white guy up front."
Amazing.
Stupid
things, though. Craig told us the saddest story before.
It's not sad.
What?
I had a great time. When I was growing up, I had this big backyard, and I used to play wiffle ball by myself. I used to
No,
have
that's not
automatic
sad at
kits.
all.
That's not sad at
Automatic
all.
kits.
Yeah.
No, I would play for hours, and I would keep little stats, like a little scorecard, and I would play like the Mets versus the Yankees, and I would mimic all the batting styles. And
It
That's why
explains a
I-
lot about you.
So, Greg, you'd hit the ball and then run out and try to catch it, and then come back and try to get the man out.
I didn't run; I just walked
And
casually.
he cheated too. You're out. No, I was safe. What are you talking about?
Right. So you were
I
having
would-
parties in your head early.
Well, if you want the honest, I would hit it. I'd be like, "And here's John Milner. There's a single to left field," and I'm walking to him like, "Yeah, let's see that on instant replay." And I would be doing that.
So
on
you
my
didn't really play wiffle ball. You narrated some kind of fake game that you were having.
Yeah, and then that was
Greg
before,
Mitchell, it's all that's gone. It's out of here.
it was before video games, so that's what I did.
so sad.
What?
Yeah, you played by yourself.
No. Well,
That's way-
I know.
yeah, at
I know.
times.
He told us that's how he became a switch hitter. At least now there's a story behind it.
Yeah.
That's why they call him a they now.
That is really sad.
You guys
Well,
did
those are
it.
the-
It was great. I mean,
Wiffle ball. I don't think I ever played wiffle ball. We used to play in the project. We'd play stick ball, punch ball. Then, of course, you know, my American. We had our own original game that probably
Listen
you
to
guys.
this. Listen
this
to
game-
this.
And,
game.
and this is no bullshit. This is the truth. We had a game called Umgawa. which was like there were bushes, and we would just strip a branch off a bush, we'd make a spear out of it,
Right.
and Umgawa would hunt. We'd hunt the rest of the kids. Whoever was Umgawa would hunt, and you'd hunt all around. And if you threw the spear and you hit the guy, then he was Umgawa. You
Or
know?
dead.
It's like a Bronx version of Lord of the Flies. That's what
Yeah.
it
Or
is.
dead. Or
We
dead.
used to play handball, stickball, Ringalivio. Remember Ringalivio?
Ringalivio.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you guys
Stuff
remember?
we ate.
Do you remember Johnny on a Pony?
Yes.
Isn't that
See,
like
they don't
leapfrog?
remember that. No, it's like you have one guy against the wall, the other guy.
One
kinda
guy
leans
holds a
over.
tree.
Right, and then you can see how many people you can jump on each other's backs.
Really?
I did that later in life, but it
Yeah,
didn't involve a
sounds
tree.
Sounds like prelude to a date.
Come here, buddy. We're
God.
playing Johnny on the Pony today. I'm the pony. Come here.
Did you guys play handball?
Yeah, we played
Yeah.
handball.
I used to play
Handball.
stickball.
We used to play
A little with the
we used to
little
play-
with the little hard ball, right? The little, not those little Spalding balls. It was those little black, really hard
little black
balls.
rubber ball.
You needed a glove to play handball.
No, we played Spalding, like John said, the stoop ball, which is great.
We played stoop ball. You remember
We
that?
played.
Yeah.
We played with Pensy Pinky. Remember Pensy Pinky?
Yeah, Fensky Vinskys. The little,
No,
you don't
you guys
remember
ever
those?
play? You ever play Skelsies? You remember Skelsies?
Oh,
What
that
was
sounds
that?
dangerous.
We would have you take a bottle cap like off of a soda or whatever, and then you'd fill it with wax or soap or
yeah.
something like that. And then we had a board on we'd make out of chalk on the ground, and had
I
that,
remember it.
yeah,
I didn't know that was the name.
Skelsies. Yeah.
Elsies?
Well,
what
I
was
guess
that game? What was that game you used to play with a pocket knife? Not
Oh.
stab.
Stab your
one-
buddy.
Yeah, no, I knew you were gonna say. No. You would
Mr.
draw a box.
Stabby.
You would draw a box. And you would throw it into the ground or something.
I don't remember it.
Feeling
What?
stabby.
So my parents wouldn't let me have a BB gun because they thought it was too dangerous.
Okay, Ralphie, you'll shoot
But-
your eye out.
Yeah. However, they let me have a bow and arrow
That's
Oh wow.
with a metal tip arrows. So, which is the funniest thing. So my
no,
father,
Johnny, you can't have a rifle, but here's a handgun. Go ahead.
here's
Right.
so my
right.
my father built this thing in my backyard with like some old wash machine boxes and hay and a target, and it was like this big strict thing about how nobody can be in the yard when you're shooting. Everyone's got to be behind this patio wall. He's really stickler. So my friend comes over the house, right, and I go, "You got to sit on the steps." So there's this kid in our neighborhood who wasn't really like all there, and my mother goes, "Why don't you play with Lenny?" And like nobody.
Why is their name always Lenny? Go play with Lenny.
Lenny's like, "Fine, it's fine."
So I invited Lenny to the house, and he wanted to shoot the bow and arrow. So my friend Ken sitting on the step, and it was the first time he was at my house. Lenny pulls the bow back, the arrow hits the ground, skims along the ground, hits a rock, makes a right turn, and sticks in my friend's leg.
Oh,
Oh God.
Hits the shin and bounces out. And it bled for a couple of minutes. My mother was like, "Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, we gotta call the ambulance." He's like, "Really, I'm fine." No. Oh, it was like this big tragedy, and Lenny just stood there like a Lenny. "Oh, sorry, I didn't know. So then we decided that we had to sneak the bow and arrow out of the house. I told you guys this story. This is how stupid we were. And it was a pretty powerful bow. We would take it to the schoolyard and shoot the arrow straight up into the air. And had no idea it was going to come down. We'd shoot it until it would go out of sight. It would go out of sight.
Tarantino.
And then we'd be like, "Where is it?"
Yeah. It's in your
It would
skull,
come
man.
down. It would come down. It would go in the ground about this far. And we'd do it again.
what the hell?
It's so stupid.
Remember the food we ate when we were
Oh
kids?
my
Oh,
god.
yeah.
Remember the wax bottles with the juice,
Yes.
right?
And they also
We
had
drink the juice and then we'd eat the wax.
yeah.
Chew
We
on
did
that
that.
wax, yeah.
Or they made
Remember?
the lips. They made the lips out of the wax.
Right.
They had
right.
they had a couple of things made. Those
They had
were
a tongue, too. They had a tongue.
The candy necklaces you used to wear. Remember the candy
Right.
necklace?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. And then they had
Remember
pixie
dots?
sticks.
Dots.
Yeah, the ones that pull your fillings out.
You,
Come on.
you got more paper than you did
Yeah.
candy.
Tell
Oh,
the
the
truth.
dots.
I used to
Dots.
just shove the whole paper and everything in my mouth and chew the freaking thing, and then
Really?
get a ball of paper at the end and throw it out.
The most frustrating candy in the world. It's terrible.
Or how about that? Oh my god!
You
Then
did eat more paper than you did candy.
You did,
You
Even when
did.
you pulled them off.
but you got 10 feet for 5 cents. So
When
what are
were
you gonna
saying
do?
there was another candy called Dots. There
Oh,
was
those were the little
the
chewy,
chewy candy.
chewy
gummy,
things that would pull your fillings
pull your
out.
fillings out if you
Oh,
had me. Yeah. Dots.
Oh,
Oh my
man.
god! What was your favorite candy bar?
Oh, man.
Oh,
Remember that?
Probably
I don't even
Hershey's.
know if they make it anymore. Chunky. They make the chunky.
I was just gonna say Chunkies too. That was my favorite.
nickname.
Chunky. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they do make Cadbury fruit and nut, which is pretty close to Chunkies.
That was my nickname too.
Fruit
Yeah.
nut. Still is. Hey, all right.
No, you know
I
what?
like
Butterfinger.
Entenmann's.
Butterfinger.
I like Entenmann's cake. Remember, we'd all go in there, we'd
Oh.
buy Chip Benkin Entenmann's and the crumbs on top.
The crumb cake. The
Oh,
crumb
they were in,
cake.
they were in
Yeah.
Long. Their bakery was in Long Island, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Entenmann's was in Long Island.
Is that
And
right?
did your
Oh, yeah.
parents
Oh yeah.
did your parents always keep a knife in that box? My parents
Always.
always kept there's always a
And,
knife in there.
and the coffee cake. Remember the coffee cake? With
Yeah.
the
Yes.
thing on it? Yeah, that was really good too. We used to have a
Entenmann's.
guy that would come around and deliver that stuff.
What?
Yeah, we
Is
had
that
this
right?
Dugan's delivery guy, and he would deliver milk, Entenmann's
Wow.
cakes.
The prelude to Amazon. Look at that. We had it. Was it 50 years ago?
Yeah,
Is Entenmann's still around?
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah,
I know
'cause we
that. I
just-
know that you can get them in the store, but I heard the bakery went out. I heard they closed the bakery or something. I don't
Really?
know.
we just
Ah,
got it in Florida like 2 years ago.
nice.
I remember Hoffman Soda. They used to deliver soda to my
Oh
house.
yeah, yeah.
And
You
what
know
was that?
what? Do you know that right now there's a big Knish crisis?
No,
Is that true?
there's a problem with the Knishes. Hold
There's
on.
only one factory. I was in
Batman?
listen,
Batman.
I was in a bagel
Man, there's
store
a
the
problem
other
with
day.
the Knishes.
I was in a bagel store the other
Shouldn't
day.
it be pronounced niche? Seriously, isn't the K silent like niche?
I don't know, but there was an article from the newspaper in the counter that said the Great Knish Crisis, and I thought
Oh
it was
my
a
God.
joke. And I go to the guy,
No.
"Is there really a Knish crisis?" And he goes, "Yeah, there's one factory in the entire country in Brooklyn that makes all the Knishes
Wow.
for everywhere in the country, and
No
it
wonder
burnt
why they
down.
all taste the same.
And it burnt down."
Oh no!
Yeah.
Right.
I used to love Knishes in school.
Oh,
They used
John,
to
you
have
suck.
school lunch sometimes.
Now I want to. I desperately want a Knish
He makes.
right now.
They made two different kinds. They made the square ones
Yeah, and the round ones,
and the round.
and
the
then-
round.
and they
But
made
it's
the
a-
ones with the other filling. The kasha. Come on, Bob. You had a kasha Knish.
Akasha.
Come on, kasha Knish. You guys don't even know what kasha is.
There's a
I
reason
know
why
what
I'm
Kasha is.
diabetic because here's your lunch, all carbs. Enjoy.
I had
It's just
some gas the
potatoes.
other day, and I had a Kanasha.
Hey, you guys won't believe it. I've turned like it's something like the Wolfman. I'm vegan now. I've been 3 weeks. I've been eating nothing, no animal and nothing that comes from an animal. Just
That's so strange. So you only eat vegetables?
Well, soybean, yeah, basically anything made
So
of
you
plants.
eat vegetation, but you still kill people. I don't understand how you can do that.
Well, because it's not hard to understand. Go walk outside your door and you'll
How's that?
understand.
How's that working out for you?
Let me tell you something, John. I feel terrific, man. Yeah.
Actually, my blood pressure is down like a bunch. My blood pressure was in the 140 somethings. It's down back in the 120s.
How's your
My-
cholesterol?
the last time I checked it before I did this, and it was just slightly high, but I haven't been tested since I've been
Maybe you
doing
need.
this.
Maybe you got to take some fertilizer.
Fertilizer.
Ivermectin. Try some ivermectin. I hear it's great.
Take
Yeah,
some
let me take some-
fertilizer.
You know what though? I'll tell you what. I feel that I used to wake up with all day long the phlegm and all that's all gone. I'm less
Thank you.
stuffed up, less brain fog, all of that stuff. So I even lost a couple of pounds, but whatever. Feeling good.
Nice.
Good for you. Good for you.
That's crazy.
I can't do it.
Why? I love animals. I hate people. I love animals.
But I love chicken in so many ways.
Yeah, we know.
Right.
Not
That's
only
why they
cute,
run when they
adorable,
see 'em.
they're delicious.
Oh shit, Craig's coming back out. He
Run.
loves chickens.
Is that
You guys
Mambler?
remember-
It's not
you guys-
Mambler, it's Cambler. Chicken boy, love man.
Do you guys
Remember
remember
we used to go in and get egg creams?
Oh yeah.
Egg cream,
egg cream,
yeah.
Yes.
Remember egg cream?
Yes.
We loved
Egg
it.
cream.
There was
Listen,
a place in Maspeth. I used to work right across the street from where I worked. And a little corner, one of those old candies, you don't see them anymore. The little
Candy
candy
store. Yeah.
store that had also a counter where you could sit down and eat lunch and whatever. And
And
this
French-
guy made the
French,
best egg
French
creams
fries
in the
and
world.
egg drink. French fries and egg
Oh,
drink.
and there's people in our audience I know who are going to know about Krish's and Massapequa. It's still like it was in the 50s. It's still there today, and they had the greatest shakes and egg creams ever. It was wonderful. They still have it.
They used to have a place on the corner of Hicksville Road called All American. Remember that? It's like a weird hamburger place.
Oh,
Like-
it's still there. All American, the All American Burger.
yeah.
Yeah, my friends met there like last week.
It's so funny. That place has been there as
Oh,
long
no, you know
as
what
I
they-
can remember.
You know what you reminded me of? Now I don't know if they had these in Long Island. Did you have Wessons?
Yeah. Weston's was before McDonald's.
Yes. Didn't it have
Oh,
like
wow.
a big because that's what made me think of it. It's like a big flag or something was part of their logo.
They had
A big,
12
a big
cent
what?
Flag.
flag.
Oh, I'm
That's-
sorry, I misheard you.
They had 12-cent
Thinking about those
hamburgers.
chickens, aren't you?
12-cent hamburgers, 10-cent French fries.
12-cent hamburgers. Wow, that's
Wow.
kind of like White. That's like White Castle. What is
White
it?
Castle.
How much did White Castles cost back in the day?
They're still
Oh,
5 cents,
God.
aren't they? I don't know.
I don't know. All I know is I used to go in there drunk. I'd eat about 2 dozen, go in the back, throw up, come back in and get another 2 dozen.
Yep.
Yeah,
I'm still-
I've only had White Castle once in my life.
What?
Really? Oh my god!
Yeah.
That's why you
How do
look
you-
so good.
We didn't have them on Long Island.
You didn't have
Yes,
White
we did.
Castles on Long
No,
Island?
we didn't.
White
Uh-uh.
Castle.
There was one right around the block from Eastside Comedy Club.
Where?
It was down.
Oh yeah, but that was like late. That wasn't like when we were growing up. That was like,
Oh yeah, I know, but still,
you know, it
You gotta
wasn't
remember,
like,
when John was growing up, it was the 30s.
that's right. There was no telephones. He couldn't call and find out.
and those telephones on your back with the
when I grew up, we
thing.
ate buffalo burgers on an open pit.
That's right.
I need a password now to take a shit.
How about this? We were talking about this the other day. Not to be talking about taking a dump, but you remember when you would go to the gas station, you'd have to use the bathroom, and they'd give you the key on like a tire.
Right.
Yeah, I love it. We're talking about this great stuff. We're definitely gonna get on the Strong Island TV show. We're talking about taking a dump.
No, we're not
Hey,
talking about taking a
Hey,
dump.
can
We're
we get
talking
on the
about.
kitty? Can we get on the kitty hour?
I'm talking about. Seriously, they would like put the tire on like a 3-foot piece of 2x4. Like,
Right,
who's gonna
right.
steal a bathroom key?
I know. Hubcap. You couldn't even.
Now you
lift
can't
it.
even go.
You,
You
could,
can't.
you needed somebody to lift the fucking hubcap to get the key into the
I
thing.
know. I know. It's like it was like, can I use the bathroom? Oh yeah, here you go. Yeah, it's like a truck tire.
Can I just
You gotta
go
roll
around the
it.
side of the building? Thank
You
you.
gotta roll it. You gotta roll it to the door.
It just shows you what disgusting things were going on in those gas station bathrooms.
Oh
And
yeah.
now like that. Now bathrooms are like food stores. I mean, not bathrooms.
Right.
I mean,
They all have
gas
attached
stations.
to it.
What
they
kind
all
of
have,
stores?
Gas stations.
Yeah, they all have a convenience store attached
Yeah, that's
to
true.
it.
Right.
Right.
You still
right,
can't-
right.
You know, out here, I know we're talking about being younger, but out here, because I'm a rideshare driver part time, you can't get into any bathrooms. They're all closed. You go into, hey, dude, can I use your bathroom? Closed. I'm like, which one do you use? I don't. I'm like, yeah, okay.
Well, I
Everyone.
think since COVID, they've closed a lot of
Everything
that
is
stuff
closed.
off.
I
Yeah.
was with a friend of mine one night. He was really stoned on pot, and he goes up to the guy and he goes, "Can I use the bathroom?" And the guy goes, "Employees only." He goes, "Can I have a job application?"
Come on, that was Zabrowski, right? That had to be.
Is that funny? I always remember that. But he just said it so serious. So the guy started laughing. He goes, "All right, here you go."
Man, I worked a night shift at a 7-Eleven in the early 80s. And I used to come in at 11. Yeah, it was great. Because I just woke up, one of the first things I would do is I would do a number 2 when I got to work. And after
That's
about
great.
a week,
We needed to know that.
well, I'm just saying, I did my business. So I come in like
Do we
the
qualify for the TV show yet?
Right.
So I come in the second week and the door's locked. I go, why is the bathroom locked? He goes, you can go to the bathroom on your own time. I'm like, what? And he forbid me to go to the bathroom.
I'm peeing right now.
Yeah, who isn't?
Bobby's a pro. He knows how to do that stuff. You see, I wish I
No,
could learn how
bro.
to do that.
I tell these guys this.
About 2 weeks ago, I had to drive. I have a special needs daughter, and I drove her up. My wife and I drove her up to Burlington, Vermont, 6 hours. We
Beautiful
dropped her
place.
off after staying there 2 hours, and we drove back. I didn't pee. I didn't stop. You know how we are. We got to get home. I'm going through the link. I'm just about to the point from the Lincoln Tunnel. There's a 20-minute wait. I had to pee. You know how we usually could pull off or behind a tree?
Yeah.
You couldn't pull off. It was all cement. I'm in line. I grabbed the cup.
You gotta.
There
You gotta do what you gotta do. Hey, you know what? I held it in so long one time it bust right out of my kidney.
Did it really? Did it really?
Yeah, really.
That'll teach you to be vegan.
Yeah,
Right.
really.
Oh,
I had this job. I had this job once working at Wallbounds in the deli,
Wall
and we used-
bounds.
and it was all pretty much Jewish clientele. And there was this guy, our boss. His name was Nat Pincus. He was this little short Jewish guy, and he had every line in the world, every deli line. This guy worked at a deli his entire life, and the old ladies loved him. They go, "Hey, Nat, is the roast beef rare? Rare. It's the only one in the store." Hey, is the ham lean? I bent over it, pinched me right on the tuchus. But he had
John's having an angel experience. John,
That was a wet one. Look what
there's
you
an
did to
angel
your
in the room
camera.
with you.
What happened?
There's an angel in the room with him.
I think your tuchus was wet.
No,
I know. It got a little.
no, it wasn't. I don't know what's going on. My computer
Oh.
moved.
You fogged it up,
Spirits,
I think.
spirits have returned.
I know, maybe. But this guy was so funny, man. He was just he was
I'll
he used
tell
to
you.
go. He used to say to us, "Don't ever have an argument with a patron. If you want to tell them off, sing it in a song. No one listens to the words in a song. I'll show you what I mean." And the woman would be like having a fight with her kid, and he would go, "Hey, go beat your kid down at dairy. You're a pain in the ass, lady." Right? He would like sing these bizarre songs.
The
What
strangest
is wrong
boss
with my
I ever had
computer?
was I worked for my father for years, and let me tell you something. He was the most bizarre, strange. I mean, in work and out of work, you know. And you talk about being nice to customers. No, he didn't believe it. It was a warehouse, but it had a store attached to it. It was arts and crafts. And
Sorry.
wait, Mick Jagger's calling. No, I'm professional. I turned the sound off on my phone before I
I
started
forgot.
the
Jesus.
And you know what? Start Me Up is his reminder to take pills. That's kind of
show.
cool.
It's start me up. It's his reminder to take the Viagra. Hey, start me up.
That's Start Me Up. Yeah. You know, Bobby, you know what I wanted to ask you? You live in California now, right?
And New York.
Okay. Well, I was going to say.
He's bi-coastal.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, when you're in California, right, is there anything that you miss that you can only get in New York? Because I live out here full time now, and so does Mike. So I was wondering if there's anything.
Where in New York?
What can't you get in California that you?
Oh,
that
that's
you
easy.
Get in New York.
Oh,
yeah.
a lot. First of all, we love my wife's Italian, hairy woman. We vacuum a lot.
Oh man.
People think we have cats. No. We love pizza, and the pizza out here is terrible.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
I can help you with that, Bobby.
You know, New York's got the best pizza.
Yes.
They even
Right.
name shops out here, New York pizza. You go and you taste it, you go, oh my God. It's got to be the water in New York, people.
It is.
That's what
There
everybody
is
says.
a place though. There's a place.
Yeah.
I don't know where you are, but there's a place. And you know who turned me on to this? Monty Hoffman, God rest his soul. But he turned me on. It's called Joe's. It's on Sunset, and it's in this little strip thing. It's not far from La Cienega. I haven't been there in years, but it's actually as good, if not better, than New York pizza. Because last time, you know, I go back to Howard Beach and we pick up pizza. and the last time it was just terrible. I couldn't believe it. The place that I've been going for years, and there's another place I should have went. New Park is famous. That's the one we should have got from, but we got it at other. Anyway, but try Joe's next time it's the pizzas, and especially the Sicilian. I haven't had any in a while, but it's incredible.
I agree with
funny
the
you
pizza.
say that.
Go ahead, Bob.
It's funny you say that because I don't go up near there. I'm in Santa Monica, right by the ocean. And
Yeah.
to go up the Sunset, and a friend of mine was over recently, and we were watching television, and they have car chases here. You know, like 8, 10 cop cars chase the guy
love
that
those.
robbed a store. And a friend of mine, we're sitting there, we're watching stupid television. He looked at me, he goes, "What's this?" I go, "Watch. It's on every channel." He goes, "Why do they do this?" I go, "Nothing else to do." He goes, "When did they kill him?" I go, "They don't. They just bump them once in a while." Right? In New York, 2 blocks. Remain silent. Big difference. Great.
Oh. Well, the other thing I was going to say, the other thing too is do you miss the you can't get good Chinese food in California? It's been my experience.
We have one that we go to. It took us a while, but we found it.
Yeah, me too.
In Santa Monica?
No,
Does any
no,
like-
this is in Mid City. They call it.
I found one here. It's called Panda Express. It's amazing.
Oh yeah, it's amazing.
We have one
it's
here.
the McDonald's of Chinese food. What are you talking?
We have one
about?
here, Joy Luck, and it's takeout. And every year it gets voted the best Chinese restaurant in Florida. And every year after that, you know, it's going up $2 a plate. It's serious. It's more expensive.
Florida.
Than a regular
Florida has
restaurant.
great Chinese food because Florida is almost all retired Jews, and if you don't have good Chinese food for Jews, they will leave.
Right. You're right.
Shove your beach
It'll
up.
have nothing to do on Christmas. Sorry,
My
Bob.
favorite-
They also
my
have
favorite
the
thing-
longest red lights I've ever seen in Florida. You could bring a pillow and a blanket, and when they're red, you feel. And I learned about pickleball. I thought it was a groin ailment. A guy came over to me and said, "Bob, you play pickleball?" I go, "No, I like women. I'm good. I'm good."
I performed at a nudist colony, and they had a big sign up. Tomorrow was pickleball tryouts, and I was like afraid.
So you're performing at a nudist con. Were you nude? Were you doing like puppetry of the penis?
No.
Say hello, Johnny.
It's very funny working at a nudist
Puppetry
colony.
of the penis.
Working at a nudist colony is very fun. I mean, it's just, yeah. Well, I mean, let's face it; they're the most. They're certainly not intimidated.
Yeah, but
They're
come
good
on,
audiences.
it's never the people you want to see naked.
No. A guy walked by me. My
So you're
girlfriend
like, so 2 guys walking up.
My girlfriend Chris says the funniest thing. She goes, "The guy walked by her pushing an oxygen tank. It was 90, and he just looked like he had a crack in his back."
And standing ovations are
He didn't
very
even have
different.
an
right?
ass. He didn't even have an ass. It was just like a crack on the end of his spine.
And it's
So-
Florida. It's Florida. When I was there last time, they had gated trailer parks. Why?
It's to keep them in. It's to keep them
Like,
in.
hey, John, you want to go rob a bank? No, I need a new wheel. Let's go over to the park.
Oh,
That's
man.
so funny. Gated trailer parks. That
Oh,
is
they have them
funny.
out here too. Yeah, they have them out here too.
Yeah.
Do they?
Yeah.
On Long Island?
No, I'm in Van Nuys.
Oh, you're over here in California.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm like I said, I'm a part-time rideshare driver, and I drop off. I visit the most amazing places. So yeah,
I bet.
they have
I bet.
they have me. Yeah,
So you're going to the villages.
I did
Highest
it
degree.
once before with Frankie Avalon.
Highest,
oh man,
highest
Wow.
degree of SDTs in all of Florida.
what?
You know, I heard that, and before I went there, I was at an airport, and people came over to me. Bobby Collins, where are you playing? I go, I'm going to the villages. They go, oh, be careful. You know, everybody there. And I got there, and they all drive around in those carts built
Right.
like limousines, and I'm going, what the hell is this?
They're getting sexually transmitted disease.
and
Really? I'm
yeah.
gonna have to. Can I get booked there? I want to get booked there.
And they,
I could use a
they're-
sexually
And
transmitted
I just read this
disease.
whole article in the paper about how they're a bunch of swingers. They put upside
Right.
down pineapples.
Right.
You have an upside
right.
down pineapple. It means stop in.
What now? See, I don't get all of these emojis and pineapple. What the frick is this pineapple? Where did they come up with like it's the other thing's an eggplant? You go, I don't
You
know.
don't know what an eggplant means?
I know what an eggplant means, but you would think
I
like
know.
a zucchini would be
What
a
does-
better
what does
thing
it
for than an
mean?
eggplant.
What
Well,
does
for
it mean?
me personally, it would be a baby carrot. But you know
When
what?
you see an eggplant, it means it's a penis. It's a joint, a Tommy gun. You know, you
baby
dollywhacker. You know,
What? Well, where do you see that? You have that displayed in front of your house?
no,
No,
they text it to you.
if you get texted or if you see like on TikTok or anywhere like that,
No,
you see
this is an
a peach.
upside
Now
down.
a peach, is it a butt or is that a
This is
you ever-
cleavage. Cleavage.
This is an
It's cleavage.
upside-
Let's say that.
upside down pineapple in front of their house.
right?
In
Is that
England,
right?
if they have that tall beach grass in front of their house.
So in
Wait,
other
I
words,
don't
if you
know.
got an upside down pineapple in front of your house, I can just walk in and bang your wife.
Maybe.
you doing?
I don't know.
How you
Mike, I think you
doing?
can do that anywhere. Look,
They'll be like, "What are you doing? Shut up! You had a pineapple out there."
Mike,
Like,
you're a
we just
vegan.
had
You can do
we
that
had an
anywhere.
Instacart delivery. I don't know what the hell it's doing out there.
It fell out of the car.
That's not stopping me. I'm banging your wife. I don't care.
Yeah. And you wonder why we can't get on the regular clean TV.
Oh
So
man,
crazy. Yeah.
Look
I mean,
what's
who would
happening
imagine?
in our world, right? I mean, we're
Oh,
sharing
God.
the planet with a lot of different types of people. We got to start thinning out the herd.
Yeah.
that's what that was.
Yeah.
COVID was supposed to do that.
What's
COVID
that?
was supposed to do that, but
COVID
COVID
did
was
do
supposed
a
to do
lot
that,
of
but you
it.
got the wrong people.
No,
Right, right.
This backdrop is driving me crazy.
I don't know. I lost a lot. I lost too many friends with COVID, so I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't know. Whatever.
Yeah, me too. I'm sorry to bring us all down. That was my
Yeah.
fault.
Thanks, Craig. Hold on, man. I need a shot now.
Yeah, he's gonna.
Nah,
Yeah, he's gonna go eat some meat.
remember when it started? We're from New York. We thought, month and a half. Don't touch your nose. Don't touch your ears. Don't touch. I was peeing with my elbows. I was like,
That's a talent. That's talent right there.
no, God.
No, you're right though.
Spending
You're right.
time
It's
with
like
the wife in 2 years. Spending time with the wife. I'd walk out of the shower. She'd look at me. You know, when I first met you, had a nice bubble butt. Now it looks like Mitch McConnell's chin. Crazy.
What?
That's when you were a model.
Yeah, right.
You know that story. I can bring that up. When we first met Bobby Collins, there was a rumor that he was a Calvin Klein's underwear model.
wow, like
Right.
Marky Mark.
And
Were
I
you-
thought
were
that
you?
for years. I thought that for years until
Well, you know what? If you look at the pictures, when I first remember Bobby, which is a long time ago, probably 30 years, you look like a model. You know, that's not
Oh,
an insult.
listen
It's
to
a
you.
you're a very attractive man.
And you should see my penis.
well,
My
Show him an
eggplant.
eggplant.
Bobby, put a pineapple outside your door, and I'll be over in a little while.
Do you remember Angel Salazar used to do that bit where he became
Check
the
it
Calvin
out.
Klein model?
check it out, baby. Check it out.
Check
He would
it
do the
out.
whole. They'd put up a white sheet and he'd be in his underwear and he would pose. It was hilarious.
Oh God.
I don't remember yesterday. You think I remember Angel Salazar, Zach, from 30 years ago?
I do because I do. Because I drove him one time and he never wanted to leave. He stayed till 4:00 in the morning. It
You
was
do
fun.
remember certain things from a long time ago in comedy. Like
You
I
do.
told you, I remember the time when the Sweet 16 party came into Dangerfield and Bobby never told him that Otto and George was the headline.
Oh shit!
Oh my God! Did you guys? I used to work Dangerfields for some of those proms. You did that, Bobby?
No,
Okay.
I was always Catch a Rising Star or Good Times, and then
Uh-huh.
every once in a while, if I stopped in, they asked me to go up.
You
Yeah,
know
I
that
was-
guy. You know the guy Bobby at the front door, the Scottish guy.
Bobby,
right,
yes.
right.
He was,
He was worth working just to talk to him.
Oh, Bobby was great. And
Now-
Dangerfields was the only city club I was a regular in. I mean, I'd get on sometimes another, but I was a regular at Dangerfields, and Bobby was oh my God, what a piss that guy was.
One day
The
we
guy
were at
from
work.
Governors bought their name.
Who was that?
They bought Dangerfields.
The guy from Governors bought the name Dangerfields.
Oh, are they going to open a Dangerfields in Long Island?
Either that or Florida or something, but he owns the name.
Oh man, I know they closed the Dinkies down.
We were working there once, right? And it was me, Otto, and George at Minervini. And the guy walks in and goes, do you have a prom show? And he goes, yes, we do. And he goes, well, what is it? He goes, what is it? He goes, yeah, what's the deal? He goes, the deal? Let me tell you what the deal is. You pay me $15 a person. I give you 2 watered down Cokes, and you get to watch this shit. And points to us. Thanks, Bobby.
He was
Thanks,
a trip.
Bobby.
I just remember he'd like if he and Bobby. You remember the bar was right here, and then the stage was there, and you could hear. So if Bobby didn't like you, I mean, I don't care who you were. If you were on stage and you were just terrible, and he hated you, he'd yell it out, "Get off the stage, you fucking worthless sack of shit, yeah."
I know. What the fuck are you doing up there?
Oh man.
They these guys know the story. My favorite Dangeville story is this guy Dan Sheehan. Do you remember him?
Oh.
Dan Sheehan was the worst comic in the world. So anyway, he's in jail.
I'm a big fan of the show. No,
we can talk about it now because he's in jail for terrorism.
And
no,
you think?
Yes,
yeah.
He.
Oh, that's right. I heard about this.
Yeah. So he planted 2 pipe bombs in Home Depot.
Home Depot.
Unless they put $1 million into his account.
Wow.
That's all we know from the paper. Anyway, he walks into Bobby, and he walks in. Minervini walks in, and Bobby goes, "Hey, Richie, good to see you." He goes to me, "Hey, John, nice to be here." Dan Sheehan walks in. He goes, "Oh shit." So Dan Sheehan looks at him and goes, "You know why I don't do well, Bobby?" "Oh, telling me why." He goes, "Well, you don't tell anybody. No one knows who I am or what I'm doing." He goes, "Oh, okay, all right. Why don't you tell me what you're doing?" And he takes out a piece of paper. He goes, "Well, doing colleges. That's very nice." He goes, "I'm going to be on Comic Strip Live." "Oh, Comic Strip Live TV show. Very good, Denny." And he goes to this whole big list of stuff. And he goes, "All right." He goes, "Are you ready? Ladies and gentlemen, Dan Sheehan." Doesn't read anything. So he comes off, he's livid. And he walks up to Bobby and he goes, "Listen, man, that's what I'm talking about. That's why I don't get anywhere, because this is bullshit. You just don't give me the respect that I deserve." And he puts his arm around him. He goes, "No, it's like this, Danny, my boy. No one gives a shit about your credits because you're going nowhere."
Except to jail. No, here's something insane. If you were going to rob a place for $1 million, why would you pick the Home Depot? What the hell's wrong with this guy?
Because they have everything there to make a pipe bomb.
So in other words, he didn't even buy the shit. He just made it there at the store. Yeah. What a cheap bastard. If you're going to be a criminal, you spend $1, you fucking cheap bastard.
And you know what his defense was? There was no detonators in them.
Seriously,
they didn't care.
Dan Sheehan idolized and wanted to be the next John Mulrooney. And he had the most obnoxious, he had no shame. They booked me to headline at McGuire's way before I was ready to do anything like that. And he was the middle. And as we're staying there, ready to start the show, he goes up to the owner of McGuire's. He goes, "I'm ready to jump on because this guy's not going to be able to follow me. So when he starts bombing, just get him off and put me back on."
Bobby just did a somersault.
Bobby is insulted.
Let's continue as if nothing happened.
No, he'll be back.
He'll be back. But I'll tell you what. You talk about he wanted to be Mulrooney. What you talk about big shoes to fill, because Mulrooney is a comic genius. I don't care what anyone says, whatever.
Out of doubt.
I have never met anyone funnier improving than John Mulrooney.
Oh, he's hilarious.
When we were on Comic Strip Live, Rory used to say to me, "Look," he goes, "just don't tell, the producer of the show, but just throw John a curve at the end of your act, because that's when John's the funniest."
Oh my God, he is.
So at the end of my act, once I was on, I gave the woman, I go, "So you've been a great guest, and I have a parting gift for you here. Here, have a dead trout." And I pulled a dead trout out of my suit jacket. And we took it and we froze it and we put it in a plastic bag with a string on its tail so I wouldn't have to touch it. The woman went, "Ugh," and just dropped the trout on stage. Well, Rooney came up on stage and did 5 minutes with the Trout, and they picked up the whole segment on Entertainment Tonight.
Unbelievable.
He goes, I was at the gas station filling up at Exxon. This came right out of the pump, right? And he was just going on, and he just, he's.
There was one guy that I can't say if he's funnier, but you know who I used to love?
Thank you, Craig. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And
Until you start eating vegetables, now it's over. No, I used to love Jeff Parami when he used to go off. Do you know Jeff Parami?
Yeah, what happened to him?
He passed away.
Oh.
Yeah, it's too bad. I loved him. He's great. Great
Yeah,
guy.
he stopped eating meat.
Can I be on the TV show now?
all these dead comics, we ought to go check out their material, man. There's a whole wealth of.
No, Amy Schumer
How many
beat you to it.
I could never do that anyway. I've never stolen a joke in my life. I bought a joke once, and it turned out to be somebody else's joke, and I stopped using it because it was like, this joke fit me perfectly. So it was like the guy said he wrote it. I paid him a couple, whatever the hell it was, and then I'm doing. I forget what bananas. I think we were bananas in Jersey somewhere. This is 1,000 years ago, and I'm doing my act, and I do this joke, and it was Ben Creed, and he comes up to me and he goes, Mike, he goes, it's amazing. He goes, you're original. I've never seen anything. You're everything is, but you have this one joke. And I go, what? Wait. I said, let me know. I know what joke is because I've written everything else myself. And of course, that joke was his joke. And I said, I will never do that joke again. So,
Wonder where he got it.
Right.
well, I mean, it was a great joke. I mean, whatever it was.
No one's ever come over to me.
You ever meet an act that has no material but one of the funniest jokes? They have one joke. Rich Triola had the funniest joke in the entire world, but that was all he had. And the joke was...
What happened to him?
I don't know, but the joke was...
He terrorized Lowe's. The
joke was, my wife is so fat, when I come back from the grocery stores, in order to unpack the bags, I have to hire a rodeo clown to distract her. That is a great joke.
I liked Richie Triola. I thought he was funny.
But that joke was gold.
That's a great
compared
joke.
to everything else he had,
I just want to mention we have 5 minutes left, and I thought maybe Bobby might want to,
sing for us.
Give us our dates. No, promote your upcoming shows.
Yeah.
Oh, I got, what is that? The Brookbound Theater on October 8th and Bound Brook, New Jersey on a Saturday night. That's going to be fun. I got, oh, God, I don't know. Let me see. I got, oh, shit.
Do you have a website?
Yeah, go to bobbycollins.com. You'll find everything there. I got Malloy College, the Malloy Theater on Long Island.
Nice.
It's on Malloy University campus. Somebody told me.
It's a great room.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I've done plays and stand up there.
Oh, interesting. And, in life, when you're dead, you don't know you're dead. Other people feel the pain. Same thing when you're stupid.
Right.
So I'm dealing a lot with things that I'm talking about on the stage and having a ball with it. Again, we're from New York. People are into politics. Remember when the government shut down? We never knew it was open.
Yeah.
It was a
You didn't know
money
the difference.
corporation.
In New York, the only thing that it's if it's a slowdown or a stoppage in New York that I would notice is like if they shut down the hot dog carts.
Right. That's it.
Or Knishes.
Knishes, that's right. Knishes. Who?
I know.
John.
Knishes. Big Knish.
And let's see. Donald Trump, 3 wives, 2 impeachments, 1 insurrection, 5 bankruptcies. Where we come from, you look that up, it spells Donald Trump. Guilty.
Actually, I just got a bingo when you did that.
Oh, it's not. What is it? What they say? It's not the art of the deal. It's the art of the steal.
I thought that was great when she said that.
Yeah.
Cool.
I can't believe that she started reading off the charges yesterday at 10:30 and she got done at 12.
Well, because if you're going to do it bigly. You got to do it bigly if you're going to.
Sorry, John.
That's all right.
Yep. Just giving you the lead in.
That's his little hint to say our time is.
No, time is a fleet.
I
The
know,
show,
but
the show messed
Bobby's-
up Bobby. He's sideways about it.
I know. We
That's
got
his favorite movie, Sideways, about the wine. So
I
Yes,
know,
great
but
movie.
I would like to say goodbye to him.
okay.
So let's
He's
let's
there.
wait for him to
Yeah,
come back.
he's gone now. Just say goodbye.
Oh, it would like be nice if he's here. Well, can we? Oh, all right.
His internet
Well,
or something must have.
Well,
must have-
he's. I think he's there. He's just his video is off. Now
Nope.
he's gone. We
and now
insulted
he's
him.
gone.
All right, everybody. Well, that is our show, the Big Bad Broadcast, and we have let's have a round of applause for all the people. We're on www.strongisland.com,
Yeah,
and we
baby.
have Bobby Collins.
Yay!
Bobby
Bobby.
Collins.
I'm glad he came back. Make
I don't
sure
know
you
what
check
I'm
him
doing.
out.
Thank you.
Go to his website. Go to his show, and you won't be disappointed.
Bring a pineapple with you and turn it
He's
upside
always,
down.
He's always funny. Bring your pineapple, leave your pipe bombs home. And so let's have a round of applause for Craig Mitchell.
Oh,
Yes,
wait,
hi,
that's
I'm
Mike.
Craig.
I'm Craig.
No, I'm
I'm-
Craig.
I eat
And-
meat.
No,
Let's not go there.
Yeah, we
Mike.
know you eat me.
Mike Grief with his bald cap.
Thank you, Strong Island TV. Let me tell you something, man. We're gonna be on that TV show because we're going clean from now on. Clean,
Yeah,
clean,
yeah.
fucking clean.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. Craig's got to do a lot of editing. And
Yeah.
anyway, but listen, seriously, in all fairness, make sure you go see Bobby Collins. You won't be disappointed. He's really, really funny and a good guy. And
Thank you, Bobby, for being here. Thank you.
thanks a
Yes,
lot, Bobby.
thanks, Bobby.
Our first guest on Strong Island Entertainment. Yes.
That's right.
And his sound went out.
Sound is off, but we
Okay.
can see him. We can hear him miming. Thank you. All right. That's it for today. We will see you next week.
Next Thursday, 10 o'clock. Be there.
Bye-bye.
Ha ha ha!